Israel, land of the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. It's also one of the most dangerous places on earth.
Here, terrorism is more than just a threat. Every year, Israelis are killed by guerrillas, assassins, and suicide bombers.
And this war-torn country has given birth to one of the deadliest hand-to-hand combat systems in the world, Krav Maga.
We're here to learn the secrets of this devastating fighting style.
Then put our knowledge to the test in a brutal confrontation at a commando base so secret that no Americans have ever filmed there before.
There are hundreds of distinct fighting styles in the world. They are practiced in every nation and by every people. Now, Jason Chambers, a mixed martial artist and professional fighter, and Bill Duff, a former pro football player and wrestler, are embarked on a mission to explore the history and techniques of these incredible martial arts. And at the end of each journey, one of these two warriors will face the ultimate test. They'll try to survive a real fight with a true human weapon.
Israel sits on the southern edge of the Mediterranean Sea. Surrounded by Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt, this strip of land has seen plenty of conflict in the last 3,000 years. From the pharaohs of ancient Egypt to the Crusaders, from the Roman Empire to the British Empire, virtually every major civilization has fought to control this territory.
Today, each of its 7 million citizens must serve for at least 2 years in the Israeli army. And they all learn Krav Maga.
Literally meaning close combat, Krav Maga is a general term that encompasses many Israeli fighting styles. The term includes everything from basic self-defense moves to advanced special forces techniques.
Krav Maga relies on moves from many different martial arts. It combines strikes and blocks from Muay Thai and Karate, throws from Judo, and disarms and grappling from Jiu-Jitsu.
In Krav Maga, there is no ring, no points, and no rules. Victory isn't about a title or a belt or money. It's about survival.
First created to fight the Nazis in Europe, today, Israelis use Krav Maga to defend themselves against their enemies.
We're here in the old city of Jerusalem to learn more about Krav Maga. Here, some of the holiest shrines of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are packed into an area that's just 1% the size of Manhattan.
It's a city fraught with violence, which is why we're joined by Itai Gil. A former commando in the Israeli Army's anti-terrorism unit, Gil has used Krav Maga for real on the battlefield. This is such close quarters. I mean, you don't really have a lot of room to maneuver or go grab.
No room. You know what? Let's say even something worse. You can't even kick. I mean, it's so close. You can't low kick, you can't nothing. You can probably headbutt elbows and knees maybe, and fingers to the eyes. Most of the fancy techniques we think we know are useless. Out of all the systems you'll probably run into in the world, maybe 1% you can use it. The rest is just a waste of energy.
To start our foundation in Krav Maga, he takes us to his training center hidden beneath a soccer stadium.
From the very first moment, it's clear that this is unlike anything we've ever seen before. This isn't a ring fight. It's a battle for survival against multiple armed opponents. These Krav Maga experts are trained to defend against knife and gun attacks and to strike back with moves designed to do the most possible damage.
These guys are going full force because if you don't on the street, you're a dead man. Here, you get stabbed in the heart, you die. That's it. It's over.
It's coming straight in, 1-2 things, getting in and getting out. It's nothing that you're going to see in the movies because this works. It was time for me to test my 10 years of professional fighting against Krav Maga. We were going to have a knife fight, but I won't have a knife.
Between you, 1 meter away distance, and let's roll. Okay, hold it. Okay, come here, you guys. He was here, he was in your back, he was in your neck, he was all over you. And if it would have punctured you all the way, and he did, you would be bleeding now and dead.
A puncture wound from a knife is actually more serious than a slash wound.
A human being can lose 4 pints of blood in just 60 seconds from a single knife puncture.
With a real blade, it would have taken just 1 of the 11 stabs I received here to kill me.
You're a real good ring fighter, but you have no skill whatsoever in self-defense, okay? So...
Then it was my turn.
I'm dead.
All through my career as a football player and wrestler, I relied on my size and weight advantage, and I thought I could do the same here. Big mistake.
Ite gave us one more shot at the drill, this time with pads, so we could go full force.
You probably know these holds from different martial arts. Use them.
One thing we won't need to worry about is learning the rules of Krav Maga combat. There aren't any. It's literally no holds barred. As we've seen, your opponent could be armed, and if you're not, you'd better find something to use.
He's still coming at me, front kick. Take out a gun. You have an object. Hit him. If you have a pin, stab him in the face.
Everything we'd ever been taught counted for nothing here. It was clear we were going to need a whole new mindset if we were going to stand a chance against these guys.
Okay, hold it! Okay, take off the gear, breathe, relax. We'll start teaching you guys because you don't know shit. If it was a real blade, you got stabbed so many times.
How not to die. Lesson 1. Don't get stabbed.
Still reeling from our beatings, Ite issued us a challenge. Study Krav Maga techniques and then put them to a test against top commandos from the Israel Defense Forces Anti-Terrorist Squad at their top-secret training camp.
The anti-terror training facility is so secret, we're not allowed to know its name, its exact location, or any information about its personnel.
You will go into the base and you will be challenged by certain attacks. We believe that if you can survive anything at close range, that's already a victory for us. Okay?
When we do face our final challenge, it will be one of us in a full contact face-off against armed opponents using Krav Maga to stay alive.
So that's a challenge and a half. Not only do we have to train with special forces, but at the end we have to fight them too.
Our training began right then and there. Ite started us off with a Krav Maga fundamental that's different than anything we'd ever used before. It's called bursting.
We're going to do a very simple mechanical technique. I'm not just going to block, come at me. I'm not going to stay 90 degrees. I'm going to divert it. At the same time, when he's doing that, real time, this is the bursting I'm talking about. I will create enough damage for a few milliseconds to disconnect, identify as quick as possible.
The only thing that is going to save you from that knife is defending and attacking simultaneously. Bursting works by combining 2 separate arm movements, a blocking action and a strike. The block is similar to that used in karate and redirects the force of the knife away from the body by punching forward at the soft tissue of the attacking arm.
Even if it did slip and it went down and it cut you or in the shoulder, it's okay, as long as it doesn't go into the body.
Unlike karate, this move is combined with a simultaneous strike. As one arm blocks, the other jabs at the opponent's weakest area.
It's meant to be here.
Right.
And it's meant to be here. It can be open hand to the face, it can be open to the nose, it can be to the eye, anything you wish.
Because you don't have time to cock your arm in a surprise attack, bursting's effectiveness doesn't come from the rotational power of the torso. Instead, it's driven by the legs, which hurl you forward into your opponent. Both the block and the strike land with 300 pounds of force, more than enough to collapse the windpipe or fracture the delicate bones of the face.
Force. That's it.
This bursting technique is really unique to Krav Maga. You block and strike at the same time. I've never seen that in any other martial art.
That's it.
Even though we're both experienced fighters, this challenge looks like it's going to be our toughest yet.